Hey, what's up, everybody? It's RC Talks About Basketball. I'm back with another video. Let's go. So, this is a team segment, and we're going to talk today about the Atlanta Hawks on this team segment. Like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that bell, get all future notifications for when I drop new content. So, let's go, guys. So, the Atlanta Hawks, they finished last season 7 seed, 41-41 record, going 500 on a season, straight up and down. So when I think about the Atlanta Hawks, this is a team that has found themselves almost locked in mediocrity, similar to the Chicago Bulls. Oddly enough, both teams won the playoff last season. Play-in. Both teams were in the play-in. And the Atlanta Hawks were able to beat the Miami Heat. Of course, the Heat lost to the Bulls. The Heat beat the Bulls to clinch the 8th seed. So the Atlanta Hawks go in as a 7th seed. Actually put up a decent fight against the Boston Celtics. Make them work. They earned 2 victories in the series. Trae Young is a real bona fide superstar. Got to give Trae Young his love and props. But I look at the team, and I really don't know what's truly after Trae Young. Now, I'm not going to disrespect Dejounte Murray and say that he's not a star in the league, but it's Dejounte Murray completely box office. It's Dejounte Murray who you could build your team around. It's Dejounte Murray, a bona fide superstar like Trae Young. And so I have these question marks, even though Dejounte Murray has proven that he can play the game of basketball at a high level. Now, obviously, the fit between them didn't work out. I thought it was kind of weird seeing that Dejounte was traded to the Atlanta Hawks. Kind of left me scratching my head. The experiment didn't work out, but will it work this season? It's gonna have to, because Dejounte Murray. I don't know why I always struggling with his name so much, y'all. But Dejounte Murray, he signed a contract extension this season. People are wondering if Trae Young can be had in trade rumors. So I don't know. I will say this much: if the Hawks can get off to a good start, then they can kind of silence some of that break it up talk. Seeing though, they have already traded John Collins, who was a central mainstay during the first portion of his career with the Atlanta Hawks. Drafted into the organization. They dealt him away to the Utah Jazz, which I don't know who they're going to start, but from what I hear and what I've researched, the Atlanta Hawks are going to put a lot of faith into Jalen Johnson. And I have to see, if that's warranted and if he can inherit the job and really run with it, at the 4th spot, at the power forward spot. So it's going to be an interesting season nonetheless for these Atlanta Hawks as they attempt to try to really, make some noise out east, which the Eastern Conference being the weaker of the two, I feel we're going to have to see what they can do early on. DeAndre Hunter, I thought that he would have been, a much better player at this point. I thought he would have been borderline upon becoming a star himself. Now, obviously, he's dealt with injuries, and obviously DeAndre Hunter, has to get right in that regard, and he is dealing with a backcourt that loves to shoot the rock, so he kind of has to pick his spot. So, I understand that. I take all that into consideration, but coming out of Virginia, I said, this DeAndre Hunter kid is going to be a star. He's already clutch. He definitely can shoot. He plays great defense. I just think he really needs to have a fully healthy season and really be a more viable option in the offense. If he can be, I think he can definitely thrive. Otherwise, they may need to move on from him because a lot of teams are also interested in DeAndre Hunter. Like I say, are they also going to keep Clint Capella? I heard the Dallas Mavericks had some interest in him. You got to figure out what you want to do. Oneko or Kongu, if that's how you say his name. What do you do with him? You got, bit pieces and players on this team who you want to see them, what they're going to be and what they're going to become, and if they're going to be able to take that next step. And, a few guys I just named, obviously Clint Capella is your energy guy, your rim runner, and you know that unless you're able to trade and get an upgrade, perhaps. Atlanta is only going to go as far, though, ultimately, as Trae Young and Dejounte will allow them to go as far as they'll take them. And I just don't know. I see Trae Young's skill set being better utilized with a team that's already established in a way. And I say that because if you put Trae Young on like the Lakers, if you put Trae Young on even the Knicks, or if you put Trae Young on the Celtics, you're going to see a guard that's just doing everything and just thriving. Now, obviously, defensively, Trae Young lacks kind of sort of, in the height department, but ultimately, this guy is a guy that can run the team, can shoot the living hell out the rock, and a guy that you just can get behind in terms of having energy and getting the crowd all hyped and everything like that. Love Trae Young in all those regards. So as I sit today talking about these Atlanta Hawks and think about them in terms of predictions, this is probably a Hawks team that next season, depending on how Dejounte and Trae do in year 2 on the court together in that backcourt, this is a team that I can potentially see going at least, I'm going to say they can go at least 44-38, guys. I don't think you can sleep on Trae Young. And I think he's going to have himself a fabulous year. Dejounte is a true talent, and we're going to see what all he can do with this team. But I like the possibility of the Atlanta Hawks, just either getting right above that play-in game or getting back to the playoffs. But ultimately, I think if they do finish 44-38, and my prediction for them, that sooner or later you're probably going to have to move Trae, just because you're not going to be able to keep Trae Young happy if, you keep getting these mediocre seasons. And, he wants to win like all great players and, in general players do. So I would say that Atlanta Hawks, they're not quite there yet, but they definitely have some talent on this team to win games. And also like the fact that they drafted rookie Kobe Buffkin. He did some nice things in the summer league. So this Atlanta Hawks team, we'll see what happens with them next season. Not going to make too much noise, but, they will get into that, low, high 40 win mark. With that being said, guys, this is RC Talks About Basketball, and I'm going to talk to you guys later. I'm out. Peace.